I don't think we're playing clean. I think when I watch practice, I think we play really hard. And there's anyone who challenges the work ethic of this team, our work habits. We're well coached. For whatever reason, we haven't been a very disciplined football team, and that goes right down to the end in terms of finishing. Everybody knows what has ailed us thus far. We've 3 division games where we've been up in the fourth quarter. When you're a good team, you have to put people away. Everybody in this league has good players. Everybody in this league's got a lot of pride. And frankly, when you're in the Super Bowl last year, everybody's gunning for you. And we've experienced that, and we haven't handled that well to this point. Now, fortunately, all this has gone bad, and we're 1 game out of first place in our division. And you can get focused in the entirety of it and say, well, it's a real hard schedule on the road a lot. What we're focused on right now is 1 team, and that's the Buffalo Bills, and they present plenty of challenges. Yeah.
So you can hear John Lynch right there just speaking to what he believes is the reason for the 49ers struggling this year, being 5-6, blowing leads. He's talking about injuries there. He's talking about just execution down the stretch of games. 49ers just definitely have blown too many leads, especially against divisional opponents here. So, right now the 49ers sit in a very tough spot at 5-6, and they're going into this game against Buffalo. Very easily here the 49ers could be 5-7. They're still going to be in the mix for the division. The NFC West is a very mediocre division, so it's still going to be in play, but with 5 games to go, they're going to have to just win out pretty much, and that's going to be really hard, especially with the game against the Lions there. They've got other losable games too. That last game of the season against Arizona, we already know Arizona can beat them, right? We know those divisional teams like the Rams can beat them. 49ers had them beat and blew leads against both of those teams, right? Both of those divisional opponents. Now, maybe the Niners can get back and at least split with the Cardinals and the Rams, but they've also got the Dolphins in there. They're looking a lot better. If you saw Tua the other night, he went on some runs there and got hot and was really dishing the ball nicely to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So, of course, the Detroit game and the Buffalo game are the big questions on the schedule here of, do the Niners really have any shot to win these games? But outside of those 2, the other games are also losable. The way we've seen San Francisco go this year and just their inconsistency, their inability to hold leads, they're choking these games away, they're blowing these leads. Any of these games could be losses for the Niners. Even the Chicago game. Chicago has not looked very good at all this year. But, you've seen the Niners not look great, right? You would think they would go up against a certain opponent that's not that good. Maybe even a divisional opponent, and you're like, all right, we got, 49ers should win this game, right, against, let's say, the Cards or the Rams. And then they have a lead and ended up blowing it. So again, all of these remaining games on the 49ers schedule are losable games. Hopefully they can pull out those games against, the Chicagos, the Arizonas, the Rams. They're going to have to, at a minimum, if they can't beat Detroit and they can't beat Buffalo, if they're going to take L's on those 2 games, they're going to have to win out the rest and just hope that somehow they can eke 1 game above the other teams in the division. They got to get 1 game out in front of the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, whoever is going to be at the top of this division. Come year end, they're going to have to eke a game above them because the wild card is looking like a pipe dream right now. So, there's some wild card teams there. Very little losses on their record. So, the Niners already sitting at 6 losses. Could be at 7 losses today after this game, this night game in Buffalo with the crazy weather. So let me know what you think about it here. What do you think about John Lynch and his response here to, why the 49ers are blowing games? Are the injuries that they've experienced this year, is that a valid excuse? They've had, a lot of second stringers, third stringers having to step in to fill in for these guys that can't go. So, is that an acceptable excuse, for the fan that's watching this video? All right, we're just, riddled with injuries. It just is what it is. We're going to miss the playoffs. Hopefully we're healthier next year. Is that a good enough excuse from John Lynch here to explain the 49ers struggle this year? And why they're blowing all these leads and kind of what is going on with the team. So let me know what you think about it in the comments section. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this, and I will talk to you soon.